Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we? Wednesday morning, ideation day. Day for clarification. So what we do on these little recordings after a swim down the beach is I think about a fairy tale or a nursery rhyme and just try and dissect it the way I like to, habits, goals, and more importantly, strengths and talents. So today I'm talking about Jack and the beanstalk. Jack and the beanstalk. And I woke up this morning thinking about that one. I thought he was given some beans, wasn't he? For his cow, a cow that provides stability and certainty through milk and meat. But for that cow, he gave up. I didn't know how many beans it was. I thought maybe 3. Could it have been thoughts, emotions, and behaviours that I go through? And when I googled it, and I found it was actually 5. And it was explained that he asked Jack why he was giving him 5, and he said 2 in each hand and 1 in the mouth. Now, I'm not 100% sure I know what that means, but I'm pretty sure that the one he put in his mouth was the one that stops him from talking, and then he can create things with the 2 in his hands. There's a story behind that, but I want to move on. So he gets in trouble for focusing on these 5 beans. They could be considered the 5 talents that we focus on through the Clifton StrengthsFinder. So 5 fingers, 5 toes, 5 talents. Coincidence? Connectedness thinks not. So if we're given 5 talents, or these 5 beans, and we bury them in the sand, and they grow into a beanstalk, which enables him to get from the basement to the balcony, or from the planet Earth up into the sky. Now what's up there? There's a giant. There's a giant. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Something grind his bones to bread, or dead, or something like that. So the fear factor up high is bewildering. It's pretty high. In the movie they look out over the clouds and you can't see the earth, it's that high up. So when we take our talents to the top, to the balcony, we live in a place of change and a different society with giants. And those giants are fearful. We've got to conquer those giants, we've got to conquer those fears, don't we? So we get the beanstalk, we get up to the balcony, or we get up to the clouds where there's a new land of giants and strength and people that seem comfortable in what they do. But what's the one thing that he takes out of there? The goose that lays the golden egg. So what is the golden egg? What is the goose? What does it represent? Does it represent acceptance? That the golden egg is happiness, that he accepts himself for who he is, that he's a strong young lad, and even though society said no, that cow is worth much, much more than your 5 talents or your 5 beans, then in actual fact, he was right. Because the freedom, the acceptance, the golden egg, the goose, turned into the treasure. So is that treasure developing those talents into strengths? Is that treasure about getting down from that balcony or getting down from those clouds and actually coming back to society and cutting away those vines, cutting away that beanstalk and chopping it down so he's free to be himself, free to be a man? Because I'm pretty sure Jack was a boy, but I reckon he came back down a man with acceptance, a man with truth, a man with strength. And he had the strength to cut that stalk down. He had the strength to cut those vines away and be true to himself. Now that to me is a story about talent and strength. So a lot of people, it's about a silly boy who swapped out reality for a dream and then stole stuff and killed a big giant. Most people interpret stories in different ways. I just like to focus on strengths and find a way that I can connect stories to strengths and talents. Because I've been fighting my giant for a long, long time. And I'm finally starting to cut away those vines, and I'm cutting away that beanstalk. Because for too long I was trying to sell a cow and I wasn't accepting those beans. I wasn't accepting those 5 talents. I was focusing on something else, money or other services or products that I could trade for that cow. But when I traded my cow for those talents, I climb that beanstalk and I climb it every day. But it's in the form of a balcony. And I love where I live. I live in a strength zone. And I'm proud to be me, and I'm free to be me. And I'm down here, I've just been for a swim, and I'm feeling refreshed. It's about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm loving life. So I'm Danny Crouch from Choose Your Chapter. fee, fi, fo, fum. Remember to focus on your strengths and call your mum. Bye for now.